Hey everybody, good to see you. It is Lawrence. I am sitting here in my living room at my kotatsu table. Now, if you haven't heard of a kotatsu before, a kotatsu is a special kind of table that they have in Japan. And normally it just looks like a regular table. You wouldn't really tell the difference between it and a normal table. But in winter, this thing is a lifesaver, and I'll tell you why. Take a look right here. This is a blanket that is actually basically attached to the table right now. You can actually lift off the tabletop and then you sandwich the blanket in between the legs and frame and the tabletop here, so this blanket stays in there. And underneath the table, like right here in the center of the table, is a heater that just warms your legs up nice and toasty, and when you sit in here, the blanket holds that heat in, and it's just the greatest, most comfortable thing in the world. I mean, the kotatsu, this is like the best winter invention ever. Anyways, I'm sitting here in my kotatsu. I've got my Japanese craft beer here. This is a Belgian style white ale, as it says on the can. It is called Suyobi no Neko, which is Japanese for Wednesday's cat. Gonna open that up. So I'm relaxing here in my kotatsu with the beer. Noboru's right here. Say hello, Noboru. Say hi. That's my boy. Hopefully he won't be too talkative. He's been very talkative tonight. So today's video is another one of these kind of special videos that's not one of my regular things. It's not even really a Kairi Michi video. So I made a video a couple of weeks ago telling you guys that I was busy and I wasn't able to make my regular videos, so I had to take a little break. I thought my schedule would go back to normal. It turns out I'm still kind of busy and I haven't really been able to put a video together. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to make a video about something that I've actually been meaning to do for a while now. About 1 year ago, I made a video about my Midori Traveler's Notebook, and I will link to that video right here-ish, somewhere up here. But basically, to summarize, in that video, I talked about the Midori Traveler's Notebook and how much I really actually appreciate this notebook, and first of all, aesthetically, I mean, look at this thing. It is the most gorgeous thing on the planet. Look at this leather, so thick. I mean, it feels so good to just hold in your hand. It feels sturdy and rugged and great. I really, really love this thing visually and aesthetically on so many levels. But the thing about the Midori Traveler's Notebook is it is incredibly customizable to the point that it's kind of overwhelming for someone like me. Customizable is great for a lot of people, but for me, it is not what I wanted. It's too freeing. I've really struggled all my life with finding the right daily planner that works for me. I've tried all kinds of things. I've tried bullet journaling, I've tried multiple different styles of daily planners. Now, I do keep and regularly use the calendar in my phone up to date, and I use it pretty much on a daily basis, but I still like the idea of having a physical planner that you can write things down and flip the pages through and see everything that you've got in there in your schedule, like physically on the page, and hold it in your hands. I really like that, but I just have never been able to find the right daily planner that works for me, for my personality, that does everything that I want the daily planner to do. I thought that the customizability of the Midori Traveler's Notebook would solve all of my problems. I thought it was the perfect answer. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I mean, it turns out it's too freeing, it's too customizable for me. I really like the customizability to a certain degree, but I need a book. I need something that has like a structure and a plan just set out for me. I want something that has everything I need ready to go, that I don't have to take the time to craft exactly to my specifications. I just want it to be ready to go because I'm lazy. Honestly, I am. So in that aforementioned video that I made about a year ago, I basically threw this thing in the garbage. And I picked up this. This is the Jibun Techo. Jibun Techo just means my planner, basically, in Japanese. It is made by the Japanese company Kokuyo, and unfortunately, I think it is still only available in Japan. I don't know if they have any plans to translate it and make it available around the world yet. But anyways, a year ago, I switched to using the Jibun Techo for a number of reasons, which I will get into in a moment. The Jibun Techo is divided into 3 inserts. There is a life insert, which has sections like, you know, your life plan. It has milestones that you can record for your whole life. It has a world map, so you can record all the places that you visited in your life. Basically, it's a record of exactly that, your life. And it's meant to basically stay with you in the Jibun Techo for as long as you have the thing. The other 2 inserts are meant to be taken out and replaced periodically. The main insert is the yearly insert and daily planner. That's in the center. And then the last one is the idea insert, which is basically just blank graph paper that I've been using for notes, as you can see. But I'm really here to talk about that main yearly insert, the daily planner insert. And actually the thing is that the 2017 yearly insert, the one for next year, actually starts in November. So I actually just switched to the 2017 insert because I can start using it already. So I thought I would take a look back at my past year with this, my old 2016 insert from the past year. So let's take a look inside the book. Okay, let's take a look at my 2016 Jibun Techo insert. Now when you open it up, at the beginning here you have all of these sections. Well, first of all you have an explanation, an example of how to use the Jibun Techo. But at the beginning, after that, there's all of these sections that I didn't really use. A money plan, there's, you know, favorite phrases, recommendation list, movie list, keep track of movies and books that you checked out throughout 2016. I didn't use any of this stuff. Like, I mean, really, it's pretty unnecessary, or at least for me, it just wasn't what I was looking for. So we have this whole beginning section that kind of went to waste for me. But where this thing really shines is in the weekly planning section. This is months overviews that I used a little bit, but not much. But let's go check out the weekly plan. Look at this. This is, so this is 1 year ago, basically. And we have a week in the life of me. Now, at the top here, of course, you have the days of the week and the dates. There's a little thing for the weather of that day. I weighed myself that day, so I wrote my weight at the top. On the left side here, we have a checklist. You can make your own little to-do list that goes all the way down to the bottom, so there's lots of room for making to-do list entries here. We have my schedule for the day, and I broke it down to, you know, work time, things that I did after work. These blue shaded regions at the top are my sleep, how long I slept. And that was really actually important to me because I really like tracking how much I sleep and how that affects my mood and my physical fitness and all of that. So this was really important to me. The Midori Traveler's Notebook actually has a weekly planner insert that looks a lot like this, but one thing that it doesn't have is the full 24 hours of each day, going from midnight at the top all the way down to midnight again at the bottom. I believe the Midori Traveler's Notebook insert that it is like this only goes from like 6 a.m. to like 10 or 11 or 12 p.m. So you're missing a few hours of each day that you can't write in. And I guess I could, if I wanted to, write, you know, oh, I slept for 3 hours today. On each day, but I really like the visual aspect of seeing exactly how long I slept each day represented in just like a solid bar. I really like how that stands out and how that works for me. And this is, again, just for me personally. This is my preference. Other people maybe have a different preference, but this is how I liked to use it. At the bottom here you have your mood. You can log things that you ate through the day, and a space for individual to-dos for that particular day, or any kind of notes you want to write. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing here that I just showed you guys. But anyways, that's basically how I used the Jibun Techo, and as you can see, like, you know, my amount of how I used it, like I didn't record my sleep this week because this was when I was on vacation. And the way that I used it changed quite a bit throughout the year, but I did manage to use it pretty consistently throughout the whole year. We have May here, still using it, still tracking my sleep up top, logging the weather most days, and you know, the amount that I used it, as I said, did change a lot depending on, you know, how busy I was, what my mood was that week, or if I just straight up forgot to do it. During summer vacation, which is right here, basically I was very lazy and I did a jigsaw puzzle and I stayed home a lot, didn't really do anything, so I just kind of stopped recording stuff, and then I went back later and was like, oh, what did I do this day? I was just lazy and did a jigsaw puzzle. Seriously, this is a problem. But you know, once work started up again, I got back into it, started recording my schedule again. This is just a couple of months ago here, and as you can see, I've managed to more or less use it consistently throughout the whole year. And not only that, but it has been a huge help for me. This is just last week, so there we go, we're all caught up to date. So that is how I used the Jibun Techo in 2016. So let's have some final thoughts here. So just as a final thought to kind of wrap up this whole thing, this whole follow-up of 1 year later after starting to use the Jibun Techo, I gotta say, this is my favorite daily planner that I have ever used. I really like the timeline aspect of it, so you can actually just physically see your day laid out from top to bottom. And where it is better from other similarly designed planners, because there are other planners out there that have the same timeline design. I like that it has the weather bar at the top. I like that it has the sections at the bottom for your mood and your food logging. The really extensive to-do list on the left side is just perfect. It is exactly what I wanted. It's not too complicated. It's very straightforward. I love that it has the full 24 hours. I love that it shows you, I didn't even point this out before, but I love that it shows you actually exactly how many hours of daylight there are every single day. It shows you in the timeline when the sun comes up and when the sun goes down. I mean, how cool is it's just those little details like that that just make it I love it. And yeah, my use of it hasn't been totally consistent, but I'm pretty sure in my memory, I believe this is the longest that I have ever stuck with a single planner. I usually just start at the beginning of the year, buy a new planner at the beginning of the year, and then by like April, I've given it up. Like, I just get frustrated with it and I throw it away and I stop using it. But I've managed to stick with this thing for basically the whole year, and I still use it, and it's still a big help. I really love that it's kind of like a visual, objective journal of my life. I can go to any day of the last year, or most days of the last year, and just open the page to it and look at it and see what I did that day in a very easily digestible visual format. I love it. So in conclusion, better than a Midori Traveler's Notebook? I would say, heck yeah. You know, I do like the Midori Traveler's Notebook a lot. There are so many things to like about it, but basically until they make an insert for the Midori Traveler's Notebook that is exactly like this, and I realized I could probably do that myself if I had the ingenuity, but I don't have the ingenuity. That's the point. This thing is ready, made for me and ready to go, and it's everything I want all there. Anyways, until they make an insert that is exactly like this for the Midori Traveler's Notebook, I'm going to continue using this for as long as I can see in the foreseeable future. So, big thumbs up to the Jibun Techo. I'm really excited to use it again for the next year. And I gotta say, one more final note, I think this thing is becoming more popular here because they have more things this year that I didn't see last year. For example, they have this little sticky note insert. These are sticky notes, post-it note kind of things that are exactly the right size to fit onto the daily grid. So like the smaller ones represent an hour of time, the medium size represents 2 hours, and so on. So nice little sticky notes that you can use in your calendar. These are new this year, I believe. And also, you'll notice for the last year's version, just a clean notebook here, and they do have color coding on the side here so you can see the months. But for the new version, they actually released these tabs that you can purchase separately. They're little stickers that you can stick on there, and they give you all the months so you can switch easily to whatever month you want to look at. Really great stuff. I'm really pleased that this thing is evolving. I'm so glad I found it. I mean, really, like, I'm really pleased with it. I'm sorry that I don't think it's available anywhere else overseas, but I will at least link the homepage of the Jibun Techo down below if you are interested. Go check it out. It's all in Japanese, I think, but you can take a look at it anyways. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this was a long video, but it's something that I've been wanting to cover for a while, so I'm glad I finally got to follow up on the Jibun Techo. And I will see you guys next time when I am a little bit less busy. So, bye-bye.